Now, that was a great report that we just watched earlier, but how about this? We welcome Shareefa Abu Shalfa, the academic instructor and a member at the AziadiQ8 Society. First of all, thank you so much, Shareefa, for being here with us today in the studio.
Thank you for having me. A very good morning to everyone.
Good morning to you, of course, Shareefa. Now, the alsadu factory, we're talking about the story, of the great story behind it. What would you like to say for the people out there who are watching it? Can you tell us a little more in details?
Yes, so factory, the whole idea that comes behind that factory is the need for a better quality of wool. The demand was by the weavers and the artisans in alsadu society. And also the partnership between alsadu society and the strategic partnerships, the Mawashi company, and also that idea came alive by the grant that was presented by KFAS, which is Kuwait Foundation for the Advancement of Sciences, and also it relied a lot on the research that was done by AkthR, which is Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research. So all the four parties collaborated together and they come with a very beautiful pioneering idea in the field of wool industry.
How long has it been since it's been curated?
It's been 2 years now.
2 years now.
Yes.
So can you take us exactly through the process of the production itself of the wool?
Yeah, well, it goes through different stages inside the factory, and the process of transforming the raw wool into premium yarn goes through a few steps. If we talk about it after shearing the wool, which is done locally by the herders, and it is to be collected, washed and cleaned. And then comes the steps, the practical steps in the factory. The first one is sorting the wool itself. And sorting can be by the type of the wool, whether it is a goat or a sheep or a camel hair, because we do process all of these fibers, and also according to the color. So we sort them according to the color, the brown, white and black. These are the major colors. And also we sort them according to the quality of the wool. After sorting, which is a very important step, comes the carding process. Carding, where we transfer that wool into soft wool, aligning the fibers in one direction, getting it ready for the next step, which is spinning. And spinning can be done in different thicknesses, so according to the demand of the market. So yeah, we can control that. And the last step is to be colored, and we do natural dyeing, like we do plant-based coloring, and never chemical, and that's why it is a sustainable factory. So these are the steps, and I would like to add here that we do have free of charge tours twice a month for the public. It is really open. You just need to register your name and then you can visit us. And we have beautiful tour guides that can go with you through these steps. And you can also feel the fiber, feel the wool, smell the fertilizer. You can go through that step, these steps.
The process
itself. And imagine if you have kids with you, that would be, I would really love people to visit the factory.
I would love to actually visit that one day. Definitely get a chance to see how the process of, how to create the wool and, the whole thing all together. Sounds very interesting. I wouldn't want to take a child with me during that time, for sure, unless they've grown to a certain age, which can be probably a better choice. Speaking of which, Shareefa, what do you think about the alsadu, which can be actually reflected through various elements by wool? How does that go for?
Well, for centuries, wool was used in alsadu weaving. Actually, wool has a very historical, cultural root in our region, in Kuwait and in the Arabian Peninsula. So we do, as I have mentioned, we do use camel hair or goat hair, but mostly sheep wool. Why wool? Because it is abundant. It is the region's abundant.
It is the most
fiber.
available one.
It is the most available one,
yeah.
and it is frequently used even by our grandmothers. So
absolutely.
we do follow the steps. We don't mind other fibers, but mostly wool.
Does the process usually take much longer for other kinds of wools rather than the sheep itself?
The process is the same actually with all fibers, and it depends on the quality. I may say the quality of the wool itself, because it is different, and even the shearing itself.
Yeah.
If it is done correctly, it affects the quality of the wool itself.
That is quite interesting. Now, did you actually get to reach a level of production for that to happen? How responsive were actually the public towards this kind of production, or how does it go with you?
Did we reach the level? I think yes, we did, and we know that because we are supporting, producing what the local market needs, especially the artisans and the weavers here locally, not only in Sadu society, but also in other societies, like the KTAA or the Khayt group. These are societies that are very active, and they look for good quality of yarn. Plus that it is even a high demand in the GCC countries, in the markets.
That's quite interesting.
Yes, it is, and no wonder, because it is a 100% sustainable, naturally dyed wool.
Absolutely.
So the response, it is a very positive response.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're speaking of how sustainable it can be. It's actually very good for a lot of people to usually go with the non-dyed, actually the natural ones.
True.
Which is very much in demand these days. How do I call it? A lot of people are gaining this kind of perspective that
awareness.
we need, the awareness of how we should use that in order to keep ourselves more healthier.
Yes, true.
So now, how do we speak of the new development, which has expected to be in the future for the factory? What do we expect from it?
We actually, for the sustainable, you are asking about this part, sustainable?
Well, actually for the factory itself, and how does it work? How is the development going to be towards reaching a sustainable goal towards the production?
Now, the development, we can do more fibers, if of course it's always possible, and besides what we have already. And also, I would really encourage and would love everyone in the factory to develop the research itself. We would love to strengthen the research partnership to again with the research institutions here in Kuwait. I'm sure they would go to, or they would get to better results for the sake of the factory. Plus, we are looking also for enhancing the self-sufficiency in Kuwait, especially here. We are talking about the textile product, the textile market. It would be a better development, if I may say.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. Now, the existence of this project that you have worked on and developed for over the years, for like, let's say the 2 years, the past ones, from your perspective of this, what does it actually say about Kuwait itself, or how is it viewed as such for the upcoming days?
Well, I think it shows that the society is aware of the importance of exporting instead of only importing, because in the past we used to import it from outside. Now we are producing by ourselves, we are using what we have locally. The awareness of respecting the environment, actually it shows how educated the society is. So we are moving towards a sustainable society, beautiful, clear environment, using whatever we have in a very, like, in the perspective of recycling, and yes, and that item that we do, because we do focus on recycling and respecting the environment and encouraging whatever, using whatever you have. And this was followed by our grandmothers in the past. They used to have to do and use whatever they have around surrounding in their surroundings, like using the whole whatever they have, the sheep wool and whatever they do, and they respect the environment, like using the natural coloring, and that would be also beautiful if we talk about the sustainability, how it is emphasized in this factory.
Absolutely. Shareefa, any last word that you would like to say to the people out there who are watching you?
Again, I would love to invite everyone for the tours in the factory, and also we would like to mention, I don't know if I have mentioned them, the sustainable steps that we do follow, because that factory works on the solar power. The solar power is what operates the machinery in the factory. So this will reduce the carbon emissions, actually. And the water used, and this is really lovely, the water used in washing the wool is to be used in plant watering.
Oh,
yes,
really?
and it is full with nutrition, so it's a lovely chance.
Very eco-friendly, very sustainable, which helps a lot. Yes,
absolutely. And the coloring, as I have mentioned, is all plant-based, so there are no chemicals are used. Plus, it is zero waste, this factory. Whatever leftovers of the wool is to be transferred
once again
into fertilizer, believe it or not. That can be used in planting.
That is wonderful. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Shareefa Abu Shalfa, thank you so much for being here, the academic instructor and a member at the AziadiQ Society. Thank you so much for being here with us again at the studio. Thank you so much.
See you.
Now everyone, how about this? We go for a quick break and we'll be right back.